Okay, here we are.
Yes, we are.
The party.
Yep. On CHMR.
On CHMR. We're here at CHMR Studios. We're here with Lunge.
Yes.
How you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
Great.
Excellent.
All right, so you guys want to just kind of go left to right and introduce yourselves?
Cool. My name is Dale.
Dwayne.
And I'm Mark.
Okay, so do you just want to talk a little bit about the band and I guess how it kind of got started?
Sure.
How did it start, Dwayne?
Well, I responded to a ad or an advertisement in the Scope, was it?
Yeah, I put an ad out in Scope looking for like-minded musical
Individuals, yeah.
individuals, and Dwayne responded, and we met and kicked it off, and
Yeah,
and we started writing songs.
pretty much just how it went.
And when we met, we realized that we had a lot of mutual friends, and we started writing songs, and we connected, and then we met Dale. We knew Dale through mutual friends and stuff, and Dale came along, and then later Ben came along through a mutual friend.
Yeah, and we've been at this now. Well, me and you is probably 4 or 5 years.
4 or
now.
5 years, yeah.
And you're about, Dale, you're like 3 years?
Mm-hmm.
3
Yep.
4 years.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I was looking at 4 or 5 years
Yeah.
Yep.
And Ben's
duration.
2, I do believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's the drummer. He's not here right now.
Okay.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Yeah.
Ben's the other individual that wasn't able to make it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So how would you guys, I guess, describe your music for people who might never have heard about you before?
It's loud.
Loud.
It's loud, a little bit in your face, but it's, what did I call it? Meat and potatoes, rock and roll.
Yeah.
It's, it's just, it's got a bit of oomph to it,
Yeah.
It's a little bit groovy.
Yeah. A lot of heavy riffs, a lot of screeching. I'm kind of yelling at you a lot on it. So it's fun music, man. It's, there's not a whole lot of thinking involved. It's pretty straight ahead, right?
I thought a lot about it.
Spent days thinking about the songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but you know what I mean. It's pretty straight up rock and roll. So it's
I would say
tinges of grunge and metal.
alternative rock, rockety rock,
Yeah.
something like that.
As it says on our site, it was like face melting rock, I guess. But
Face melting rock.
Yeah, that's not true.
So if you value your face, don't come to the show.
Yeah,
No.
we're loud.
yeah.
So where do you guys tend to draw your inspiration from? Are there any other artists, either local or nationally or internationally, that you guys kind of get ideas from?
Oh, jeez. Well, I mean, most of us are influenced by a lot of '90s music. You
And it comes through.
You can
through
hear
the
that
music.
in the stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been listening to music since I was like really small. Like I was 7 and 8 years old, listening to Kiss and Motley Crue and stuff because my friends' older cousins kind of forcing it on us, and being scared of this heavy metal music and being like, "Oh, what's this stuff that's so scary but so awesome at the same time?"
Exactly.
So that was it. It was just lured into it. So I don't know. I kind of bring a bit of an '80s tinge to some of the music, and it's, I mean, stuff like Soundgarden, Alice in Chains, Metallica.
Just as
I'm pretty influenced by Kiss and Big Wreck and stuff like that, like old and new stuff. So it's
we're a little bit older.
Yeah.
Well, like I'm 34 and.
I'm 34.
Yeah, 34 and Dale's, we're a little bit older,
Yeah,
so we go back a little ways.
But yeah, all good stuff. We're influenced by all good stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very true.
And we were listening to your album a bit earlier, and we were saying how 80s it sounds, and I guess you guys just said it was influenced by bands from the 80s and stuff, and it sounds like an 80s album.
It sounds good, like the music that came out of the
That's good. Thanks. I appreciate that.
Very much so.
Well,
but see, I've heard people say it sounds a lot like 90s. You know what I mean? It's got that.
I think it's a bit of a marriage of the two styles.
Exactly.
Put together.
Dale's vocals.
Because you get a lot of people that were into the '80s stuff that really shunned the grunge movement, and then a lot of people that were into the grunge that really didn't like the hairband movement. But I never understood what the big deal between the two was. I mean, it was both music, but guitars cranked up to 10. So.
I think it was just basically if they had tight pants on or not.
Yeah, right. The grunge guys didn't like the flamboyant image, and the guys who were flamboyant in their image, didn't like the raggedy style of the grunge stuff. But in the end, it's all just loud rock and roll. So I mean, what's the big deal? So you know, I guess if it works when we kind of blend the styles together, then so be it.
Yes, indeed.
I suppose.
So just kind of like asking, I guess, a little bit of an off-topic question. Why the name?
That's a good question.
I'll take that, I suppose.
Yeah, 'cause I had nothing to do with it.
I used to be in. I took recording arts in Stephenville at College North Atlantic years ago, and me and some of my buddies were just joking around about potential band names. And I wrote it down in an exercise book just with a bunch of band names, Lunge, and it looked cool, like a one-word, easy to remember type thing. And for some reason, it just stuck. I was like, that's the silliest band name ever. Like, it doesn't even really pertain to anything music related. It's just funny, right? And it's, I went a good many years trying to find a band that I could name Lunge, and finally convinced the boys to do it. So it worked out.
We went through a lot of names.
We went through a lot of names, and I can't remember any of the other names because we were all like trying too hard to be a name.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean, like something heavy and
Government Wharf or something.
Government Wharf. Wasn't one name we tossed around?
No, government warfare.
Government warfare, but warfare was spelled like WHARF. Fair.
Yeah.
I thought it would be hilarious, but then again, that's my stupid
I like
sense
it,
of humor.
actually.
Yeah, but that's my stupid sense of humor coming through there. So, along with Lunge, so whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Ben.
And another good thing about it, it's on posters it shows up big because it's a small word.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Instead of you got like 4 or 5 words.
It's quick. It's easy, simple, easy to pick out. So.
Great exercise.
Yeah. And every good rock and roll band all lunges on stage.
Oh, yes,
that's true.
Like, there's just meanings that
the lunge is a
started
good
making
rock
up
pose.
Yeah.
These are all just meanings we'd made up after we named to try to give it some meaning.
It's true.
Yeah.
Well, if all goes wrong, like you could just make a spin-off band called Squat.
Well, we
already do.
My wife and Dwayne's fiance and another friend of ours that kind of keeps frequenting our shows kind of have a
female band,
female faux group that they have called Squat. So it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's pictures of the three of them together, and they're like, "Look, Squat band photo." It's pretty funny. So yeah.
They don't play instruments, but they play mean air guitar.
Yeah.
That's what counts.
They play instruments.
And they're good at squats.
It's true.
And lunges.
That's true.
So, you guys recently put out an album back in July. Is this your first album?
Yes, it was the first album that we recorded.
Yeah.
First songs we wrote.
Well, we went through, I'd say, there were a total of about, 15, 18 songs, and we scrapped.
Some don't make the cut.
A lot of them. Yeah. When we got into the studio, we had 13 and scrapped 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's how it went.
Yeah.
The ones that remained kind of fit the vibe of the whole album a little better, I guess.
Yeah.
Exactly.
A couple of the ones that got cut probably had a bit more of a mid-tempo vibe. I mean, the album's pretty, like I said before, it's pretty straight ahead, right? So I guess we kind of try to keep everything in the same type of feel, So who knows? Some of those old songs could
reincarnate.
Yeah, get brought back to life at some point. You never know. But
you
don't want to have anything under that strays too far from the vibe, I guess. And
Yeah.
throw off the listener a little bit. Keep them tuned in,
So you want to just talk a little bit about the process that you guys took in recording it and creating it?
We recorded with Rob Rose at Car Crash Studio in CBS, and he's awesome.
He's the dude.
The finished product sounds great. I mean, this is better than anything we could have ever hoped for. We did it like,
amazing.
Everything was recorded separately kind of deal, like really pro. We, a lot of time we were in the studio with each other as moral support and stuff as often as we could be, just kind of cheering section for each other, taking pictures and documenting it all. But it was a slow process because we all, work and some of us have families and stuff. But in the end, it came out great. It was like, how long did it take us? Like 6 months or something, if not more.
Yeah.
Approximately.
As far as performance went, it took about 6 months.
Because we started in November.
Yeah, we go in and do bits and pieces here and there.
whenever like we all have day jobs, and people have different schedules, and Dale has 2 kids and Ben has 2 kids, so when anybody can find the time to actually get in there and do their parts, we found the time, and it was just all pieced together over a long time. But if you were to count up all the hours that we actually spent in the studio,
it was about a week or something.
If we could compress it all, it was probably like a week.
It was about 80 hours.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. But it was, it was a labor of love for sure.
Totally.
Well, Rob helped me. He co-produced.
Rob is. I'll say a couple of things about him. He played on the album because there was a point the songs were left in his possession for a while, and he was like, "Hey guys, I kind of came up with this little bit to go with one of your songs."
Yeah, on a song.
And then I recorded all my own harmonies on the album, background vocals, and except for one part that he did, because I remember I was trying to come up with something in the spot and couldn't come up with it, so I just left it. And then when we came back, along with that little guitar part, he had recorded a lower harmony from one of the songs that just works really well, and we loved it, and kept it in there. So now he's got playing credit on the album, which is kind of neat,
and singing,
something we weren't really expecting to have at first, but we were more than welcome to have him on board playing and singing. It was great.
We were really open to his suggestions, and any suggestions that he had, because he has an amazing musical ear.
Yeah. Well, if you listen to the album, it's pretty sounds pretty pro. It's pretty awesome. So I'm pretty happy with what he did with it. Right? Yeah. He sprinkled the magic dust over it and made it. Made us sound better than we are.
Definitely better than a lot.
We're pretty good, but we're not that
good. You just got to turn the mids down on your amp.
That's it, man. Never. No. My tone is my tone. I don't stray.
So you guys released the album digitally over Bandcamp and other such outlets.
Yes.
Why did you decide to not release it physically?
Cost,
yeah.
I guess it came down to us discussing actually who listens to CDs.
Yeah, everyone I know has a USB stick that they use in their car more often than not. And
iPods. And
the only time I personally listen to CDs anymore is in the car, and it's because the cable that hooked up my iPod to the car was broken, and I only got one speaker. That's, I bought a replacement cable like 2 days ago, so I'll probably never listen to CDs again in the car even. I'm a little bit old school is like that. I'd like to see it on CD, and I'd like to see it on vinyl, for God's sakes, if the funds were there to do it. Even just have a few, like a limited run of vinyl. It'd be kind of cool to see your band name all big on a record cover, right?
Yeah, but it's more of a
nostalgia thing.
Yeah, nostalgic, like for your own self kind of thing. And another reason why we want to do it digitally, and not physical copies, I guess, is the fact that we wanted to give it away for free.
Yeah.
We wanted to have the option.
If you pay to get CDs done, then you almost can't warrant giving it away. Yeah. In that regard, you know what I mean? It's almost
throwing them out in the shows like frisbees or something. You
could do that.
I would like to have it on vinyl if we could have it on any.
I just want a cassette tape.
Physical copies will probably happen at some point.
Cassette tape.
I don't know if they'll happen with this album later down the road, or maybe a future album or whatnot, but for now the digital download was the most feasible.
And it was the best way.
Best way to get it to more people.
Exactly.
Faster.
It's definitely the way to go if you want to promote anything. You just stick it on Facebook and everybody sees it.
Yeah. I've got friends that I grew up with home that I played in bands with years ago that live as far away as in BC, and people overseas even and whatnot. You can get it to them just instantaneously, right? So it's kind of cool like that as well, right?
Yeah.
Now, if we were a band that were trying to make a living off this, it would be different. But we're not. We're just doing this for fun.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, for sure.
It's rock and roll. It's got to be fun, or it's no good.
Exactly.
So you guys have a show with the Levee coming up. Do you just want to discuss a little bit about that?
I guess, yeah. Levee Stock. It's a 4-day kind of event. We're playing on Saturday night, which is kind of seems to be the loud loud rock music
Yeah,
night.
some awesome bands playing that night.
There's 5 bands playing the night that we're on Saturday on the 17th. It's us, the Glendas, the Dodge Band, the Satans, and Bridges.
Yes.
So it's a pretty
I think it's-
solid lineup.
Yeah.
So
When's it start? The whole.
starts Thursday.
Yeah.
Just some like acoustic acts going on Thursday. I believe Adam Baxter plays Thursday night, and I'm not sure who else
You
on
can
that
just
night.
check
I know.
all this out on Facebook.
Yeah, it's
too.
all up on Facebook on the Levee
Start times
page.
and everything.
It's called Levee Stock. It's kind of, a throwback to the old Woodstock thing. 4 days of peace and love at the Levee. Lots of music or whatnot.
Think about wearing a poncho.
I'm sure when the Satans hit the stage, there's not going to be a whole lot of peace and love. Although people will love it because it's absolute craziness when those guys play.
Yeah.
But our night's
fun.
going to be pretty tangly. I mean, there's a lot of good bands playing. We played a lot with Dodge Band and Bridges lately, and it's
Yeah.
always fun when we play with those guys.
Yeah.
They're awesome.
The Satans command a crowd on their own, so that'll be cool to see that. I know, it's a big deal because Friday night, Chris Kirby and stuff like that are playing at the Levee as well. So it's
He's awesome.
some big name Max playing as well as our loud, insane stuff. So it should be
Yeah. It's
a
gonna be
good
fun.
weekend if you're out and about. Drop into the Levee, and check it out.
Check out some local music.
So what's up next for you guys after the show and releasing the album now and
Well,
Well,
Continue's got
hopefully
plans for the
we're gonna hopefully continue to play shows,
Yeah.
downtown and
try to promo the album.
promote
As
albums
much as we can.
much as we can.
We've always been stuck on a one show a month kind of thing anyway.
Yeah.
One or
When it comes
two.
to schedules, but we have numerous new material that
Yeah.
we need to get to work on.
There's some skeletons of songs that are floating around that need
As well, yeah.
that we can get working on for some new stuff.
It's
These songs we're playing now.
I know, are
We've been
old.
playing them forever, right?
To us.
Your debut album is like your greatest hits package of what you've written up to the point that you get to that, because
Yeah.
you cut off the filler stuff that's there.
Exactly.
And your follow-up album is the challenge. So
Yeah.
you get a limited time frame to try to match what you did the first time around. So it's that should be a bit of fun to try to do that. From what I can tell, the stuff is sounding a little different. It's still loud and still aggressive, but it's
It's gonna have
got a different vibe to it a little bit.
different vibe to it.
I think that's just coming from playing these for so long
yeah.
that we're just
Change. It's not gonna change.
ready to.
We're not gonna start writing reggae music or anything.
We could if we wanted to.
If we could.
That's the thing with rock and roll. There's no rules, right?
Yeah.
If we wanted to play reggae, we darn well could, but
Yeah.
we probably won't.
Yeah. Just.
But if we wanted to, damn it.
Whatever,
We would do it.
we've all been coming up with riffs and songs and stuff and ideas, and I don't know, it could go anywhere musically, but we're not going to stray too much, from what we like, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
Our roots are all pretty much seated in loud rock music, so I mean, it's kind of where we're always going to be, I'd say.
Might have a bit more acoustic on next side.
Yeah, who knows?
I know Dwayne doesn't
Bit
want
of
that.
banjo.
Yeah.
Well, we write all of our songs on acoustic first,
Yeah.
and then we incorporate it over to electric.
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally. Yeah. Usually that's how we write. We all sit down with the acoustic guitars and
Ben's got a nice little
like a little tiny drums
portable kit.
that's not
Yeah.
too loud,
Yeah.
and we talk and just.
Well, you can discuss the songs when you're doing it acoustically, right?
It's really hard with 90-watt amps and big drums and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shouting back and forth at you. How many times did you do that riff again?
yeah.
I don't know.
Exactly. It's hard to think.
So,
I know. It just works better for us.
yeah. It's good. It's a good method. I like
But
it.
we got there's definitely going to be an album number 2.
Yeah.
Day that.
When and how and what format, who knows? But
Yeah.
there's songs in the works. So
Yes.
Yeah.
creative stuff is always flowing, right?
Yeah.
sounds good. So last question before we let you guys go, where can people find out about your music?
We have an official website we launched on the album release date back in June. It was it's www.lungemusic.ca,
Yes.
and you can find the album there. You go there and just click music, and under the music page, that takes you directly to our Bandcamp page, which is linked to the lungemusic.ca, and it's there. It's there for free download if you like, or you can pay whatever you like for it. Make it a donation if you want to call it that.
Sure.
There's a link to Twitter from there.
Yeah, our Twitter, our
page from
Facebook,
there.
and YouTube.
Band.
We have a YouTube account there that's there with some live videos and whatnot as well.
Pretty much the whole center is lungemusic.ca.
Yeah, that's where you can find all
It
the
was
media and
all-
stuff.
And that was all with the help of Georgie. As
Yeah.
well.
George Newman helped us from GN Audio, helped us with our website and get the design happening and
Awesome
stuff.
guy.
Yeah.
So our website looks pretty pro, and again, that was thanks to George. So shout out to him.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
Right? I mean,
Yeah.
you know, we wouldn't be playing shows if it wasn't for a few people, for sure, helping us along the way. Him, right? Rob Rose again. Gene Brown from the Levee with Levee Stock.
Glenn.
Glenn Tizard with Distortion. Ian Newton at CBTGs. I mean, these guys have all kind of helped us out. So
Yeah.
props to all those guys, you know, giving heavy bands places to play.
Exactly. Yeah.
And, you know, a format to get your stuff out there. So
The
Totally.
deck area.
probably.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, guys.
No problem.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for having us.
Thanks.
Thank you.